Another random fight.
So many.
The broken bridge. The bridge connecting the two banks of the backwater had rotted through, forcing the Lyrians to circumvent it. The Caed who prowled the area knew well of the bridge's condition, and for this reason, hid just off the beaten path. Crouching in the thicket, it waited patiently, licking its fangs in anticipation. What do we got? Okay. This guy's Blitz. I don't like this combination of cards at any rate. So let's get rid of Xavier, Gascon, and Reynard. Okay, I got 2 bombers now.
Catch!
Whenever a vamp is fighting again.
I smell a leak.
Same old, same old. Nope. Okay.
Quick and painful this'll be.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Well, we've got a slinger on the ground, so put down a pit trap. Cards left. I have 50 already? What's going on here? It's because I start with all those guys. Let's go 2 more rounds of it. Maybe. I can't pass now. Surely, Gascon. What's the best thing I can do? Take back this. Yeah. Now face my ability to play another card. I got them. Ooh. Okay. I like that. I want another. Are these guys Blitz? They're not. That's fine. No, it's not. Yeah, that's fine. The bombers are blitzed. I'm okay with that.
You mad? Don't say that!
Back row is usually better because I can knock guys backwards.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Top of this unit. Return on turn start to around the enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There's a good chance I'm gonna draw. These guys blitzed or not? There's a good chance I'll draw Odo if I use Decree. I'm gonna play one more card. That's fine. In fact, that's great. Except for this. There. What do I have for Blitz in here? Nothing! Got nothing for Blitz. Awesome. I should hit him. Slizzard. Another Slizzard.
What do you want of me?
This artist will be reaping black-clad
Well,
heads.
I guess I could have got a. Would have been happier with the bomber, but that's not bad. Oh, worked out. Get ye healed.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Oh no. I hurt my man. No, we'll lose him now.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Bye bye. For the vampires, this is really the pits. Ha! 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 Ha!
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna just lose them like that. Well, let's be real here. Oh, you're all dead? Who would have thought?
Hey?
You dare? So the Royal Decree is not very useful anymore. I should probably do something else. What are you? Oh, it's you. You're gonna die. Oops, I messed that up. My bad.
Her Majesty is exceptional.
Oh, those charges left over.
Yeah. Glusty Warp. Ooh, they look fun. I'm gonna get rid of Royal Decree. It just doesn't work well in my deck anymore. What can I replace it with? Whatever. No, those aren't what I'm looking for. No, you messed me up once. Never again will I use the Bone Talisman. Every turn on turn end. Oh, this is one of those. Draw 2 units to set their power to 1. 6 random enemies to the other row. Well, that would definitely go well with Mr. Gascon here. So I think that's probably what I'll do. Spawn and play 2 random trinkets. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I might be able to upgrade something again. What do we got? Is there anything I really want here? Play summon all copies of this unit. I mean, having a whole bunch of pikemen in my deck might work out. I think I'll do that. Damage a unit by 2. So destroy, repeat this ability. I don't need more damage. Give 1 charge to the card on the right. Gain 1 charge. Loyal order. Damage an enemy and all enemies with the same power by 1. Damage used by 4 if this is destroyed. Repeat this ability. Adjacent units with order. There we go. Let's build some pikemen. Where's my pikemans? Where are you, my pikemen? Don't quite have enough. Cool. I should also add Knickers back in my deck. He's just free power. And I'm running out of cards before the end of the battle anyway, so it's not like I trim my deck more. I suppose there may be a point where I want to manipulate the game to let me drop.
The Lyrians came to a crossroads. As Meve and her scouts conferred about the proper path to take, a footman, of a sudden, collapsed upon the muddy ground. His comrades strove to rouse him. Alas, to no avail. Meave called for a medic. One arrived, post-haste. He checked for wounds, a heartbeat, all else for which a medic checks. Then he peered down the soldier's throat. In a flash, he was on his feet, his hand over his mouth, backing away.
What's with him? What's wrong?
The Queen asked, her eyes darting between the medic and his patient.
Typhus exanthematicus, Your Grace.
Replied the physician, wiping his hands with a spirit-soaked cloth.
Typhus fever.
Contagious?
Extremely, I fear. Though not yet at this stage. The spots are but in his mouth for now. Tomorrow he'll be blotched all over. It's then the disease turns infectious.
I see. What about a cure? Is one known?
The medic looked at Meave, shook his head and shrugged. Alas, there was precisely naught he could do. But where medicine fails, magic may at times stand in. Without giving it two thoughts, Meave called for Isbel.
It's typhus, I've no doubt.
The healer confirmed.
I know a spell that could be helpful. Vigal's cleansing, we call it. It takes time to prepare and many ingredients. Rather costly, or...
Oh no!
I can't afford to sacrifice so great an amount.
I understand, Your Grace.
Replied Isbel.
And please know, I sympathize. 'Twere a difficult choice you faced.
The Queen said nothing and hung her head. Far more onerous was the choice she was next forced to make.
It's not even that expensive. Can't you just like wait a little bit? Cause I'm gonna find 30 gold. I'm gonna find it like just lying on the ground. It's gonna be there. Bye.
The entire force I cannot risk for but one man.
Said the Queen to the medic.
We leave him.
Your Grace, we oughtn't let the others know. They'll march ahead. We'll linger a bit so no one...
Out of the question. Those who fight for me, I will not deceive.
The Queen assembled the force and laid bare her intention. She would leave the ailing man to waste away and die. Those who knew him pleaded, protested, cursed the heavens. But Meave was unmoved and gave the order to march. She then rode at the fore, to hide her eyes that could not hold the tears she wept.
And he's 21. Grumble, grumble. Oh boy, a puzzle. Right there. That's all I needed. Ugh. Probably gone the other direction first. Abandoned Outpost. 1 week. All it took for the Nilfgaardians to wrest Angrim from Temeria. The Black-Clads quickly learned, however, that they mustn't rest on their laurels. Their true enemies were not the Nordlings who had supposedly ruled the land, but the beasts who dwelled within. It is they who taught the Nilfgaardians early on that it is best not to venture too deeply into the swamps. Eliminate all Archospores without letting any allies die. That's my goal. Huh? What? What's going on here? Okay. If you turn to end up to see its powers even, move one road toward the opponent. And damage the lowest unit on the battlefield by 1.
One vote.
Ow.
Give me a time.
Arbalista, your command.
Oh, they died automatically? Weird.
Armor won't save.
Is he gonna make it there on time? Oh, I get it. Okay.
Did it in one try. So proud of myself.
56. Ugh. On Nordlingon von Chloe. Quickly. Below. That is Nordling. Vakam, Nordling. Away, begone. Begone. Vavort. Behind me, beyond me. Akanen me. No passage. No say a feed. I don't know. I don't think that right. It's a bunch of gibberish to me. Milady, something made of precious metals shimmers on the floor of the swamp. Could be ancient elven treasure. We can attempt to pull it out, but we must be prepared for the worst. These waters are not safest. Such is the soldier's life, to take such risks. We must get our hands on those riches. Give me the gold. Miserly Meave. Might as well get my remaining pikemen now. Get them to me. Where are they? Where are they? Where are my pikemen? Ah, it's 5, I think. Yeah. Whoops. Oh, whatever. Back. Now, ideally, I'll be able to get pikemen in the second round. Usually, I just pass the second round.
'Tis a land of monsters. Belongs to them, it does. Human folk are naught but guests here. Beware, me lady. Watch out for leeches especially. They'll slip in your knickers, give 'em half a chance. No matter what they think, Nilfgaardians won't last long here. Come a time, they'll leave gladly. Just like all the others. Ye've a good heart, my lady.
If you'll not have victuals, please, take this. Elf engraving or some such. Means nought to us, but might could help ye.
Probably. Doesn't really show up. Nowhere seems a likely candidate. Well, they'll show up. Maybe here.
For no visible reason, the Lyrian column came to a halt. Neve stood in her stirrups in a bid to see the cause. Something had blocked the way, it seemed. Something large. A tree felled by a storm, or an abandoned wagon, the Queen thought. Neither was true. A boulder huge as a barn lay in their path. Footmen had slung ropes around it, planted their feet, and now sought to pull it aside. It did not budge an inch.
Perhaps I could assist you.
Meve turned in her saddle on hearing the voice. Several travelers in faded robes warily crept from the trees. A young woman with long, light-colored hair led the way.
You don't much resemble a rock troll.
Said the queen, eyeing the slender stranger skeptically.
But go on, do try.
The fair-haired lass crouched beside the stone, closed her eyes, and began to whisper. Horses wheeled and tugged at their reins. A hound howled in the distance. And then, the boulder rolled to the side like an apple crossed the deck of a boat rocked by seas.
Who are you? Do tell.
A druid.
Came her calm response.
This stone. It stood in our circle.
The woman silently turned toward the wood. Meve followed her gaze, and among the trees saw other large stones, cracked and scorched.
What happened here?
We refused the Nilfgaardians' aid,
Answered the druid.
so they razed our shrines. Though, perhaps it's a blessing.
A blessing? How so?
A darkness fell upon Angren a time past, and it grows. The forest turns savage, its creatures drunk on blood. Folk have come to worship other cruel gods. It's time we abandoned this land forsaken and went south, to Caed.
Our path leads south too, though not as far.
Said the queen.
Do join us. Given the times, there's safety in numbers.
The druids agreed, and were grateful. They walked at the rear of the column, muttering prayers, their faces concealed beneath hoods.
Over here. Your Majesty, a merchant named Venslav of Marabar has requested that you hear his plea. His horses died of some unknown affliction, leaving his wagon of goods stuck in a swamp. He's prepared to sell his entire stock at a reduced price. He wishes to cut his losses and get out of Angren as soon as possible. What is your response? It would be unwise to not make the most of his unfortunate predicament. I accept the offer. I do. I accept the offer. That would mean I should have, yes, these. 4,000. Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of wood, guys. Yeah, we're getting there. All the way? No. Apparently those lily pads are obstructions. Because lily pads are very solid. What do you got? A letter? From Maximilian Keller, docent, Oxford Academy, to Rain Vigmont. In accordance with your request, I made inquiries into the accuracy of rumors surrounding this so-called Golden Grotto. The results of my research confirm that such a place in fact exists, and it lies to the north of the Elven Ruins, which are known simply to the locals as Arches. It seems the Iron Caed truly did hide a portion of the riches before abandoning the swamp. However, I urge extreme caution. The elder races rarely leave their property unguarded.